Hi there, paper crafters, it's Olga and it's the day 9 of my 25 days of Christmas tutorial series. Today I'll be showing you how you can create various round boxes using just one die set. First I'm going to demonstrate how to put the boxes together, and we are going to make both plain boxes and the ones with the window, and then I'll be giving you some ideas on how you can decorate all those boxes for Christmas. So let's get started. In the day 3 tutorial, I was demonstrating how to create those dioramas using Diorama Elegant Ornament die set, and today we are going to use the very same die set to create the boxes. This time we are only going to need the two largest circles. One is slightly smaller than the other, plus we are going to need that long strip with the tabs. To make one box, I'm going to die cut all the elements twice. So there are two strips, then two larger circles, plus the two smaller circles. As always, the tools and supplies I'm using are going to be listed on my blog as well as in the description down below. So now I'm going to take the strip and fold all the tabs to one side. Then I'm going to press them down with a bone folder. You only have to do it if you're using a heavy cardstock. Then I'm going to flip it to the wrong side. This is the wrong side, and I'm going to run my glue gun all along the tab area. This way all the tabs are gonna be covered with the adhesive, and it's okay if the adhesive is sticking in between the tabs. That's not gonna get in the way. Then I'm going to place the tabs underneath one of the circles, and I'm simply wrapping the strip around that circle, making sure it touches all the edges. That's pretty simple to do. You see that we have a pretty large tab at the end, and I'm simply applying some liquid glue onto it. Then I'm just making sure that I have a straight angle here, and I'm holding down that tab until the glue sticks. I was using the smaller circle, by the way, now. So you see we have all the tabs at the wrong side, and this is exactly what we need the second circle for. I'm going to apply some glue on it and then cover up all the tabs with that second circle. I'm pressing down the paper slightly from the inside of the box to make sure it's stuck all over. That was the top of the box, and now I'm going to make a lid, but before I put it together I'm going to decorate the top, so I'm placing one of the circles into the Woodgrain embossing folder and sending it through the die cutting machine. I only need to emboss one of the circles that will go on the top. Then I'm also going to emboss this long strip, and I'm placing it in the folder just like that. I'm going to emboss the strip itself, but leave the tabs plain. I think they are going to adhere better this way. Since the strip is quite long, I have to send it through the machine 3 times to emboss it all along. Since I used the dark paper, the embossing pattern does not stand out enough, so I'm going to use my favorite metallic rub-on paint to make this pattern really stand out. I only have to apply it with my finger all over the raised areas. It's very simple to use, and it's very long-lasting too. I own my set for about 5 years, and I don't even see the bottom yet. Also, I'm trying to apply the paint to the raised areas only and not to the tabs. Then I'm starting assembling the lid, so I folded all the tabs, and again I'm running the adhesive all along the tabs, covering up all of them at the wrong side, and then I'm sticking down the strip onto the circle. Since the circle on the lid is a bit larger, the tab at the end is a bit smaller than at the bottom of the box. But nevertheless, you assemble it exactly the same way. We are applying some liquid adhesive at the end. Again, I'm making sure I have the straight angle, and I'm holding it down for the glue to dry. And then I'm going to stick down the decorated circle on top of the box. So this is what the box looks like. It's very easy to open and close, and I'm going to show you how to decorate it at the end of the video. And now I would like to show you how to assemble the box with the clear window. So the bottom of the box is going to be exactly the same, but for the top you are going to need that one smaller circle that is also included in the set. So we are using the largest one and the smallest one to create those two rings, plus we are going to need a piece of acetate as well. So now I'm going to apply some adhesive onto the ring at the wrong side, and I'm going to stick down a piece of acetate. I think this type of box is great as a gingerbread holder. The box itself is 3/4 of an inch in diameter, so you can put a 3-inch gingerbread inside. The rest of the process is pretty much the same. Again, I'm applying the tape adhesive at the wrong side of the tabs, and I'm wrapping the strip around the circle. All the tabs are going to be hidden behind that circle frame. Nothing's going to show through. Then I'm applying some adhesive onto that one remaining open ring, and I'm sticking it down onto the tabs again. It's easy to align the inside edges of the frame. So this is what the window box looks like. And now I'm going to show you a few options on how you can decorate those boxes for holidays. To decorate the wooden box, I'm going to create the cluster out of that paper gingerbread, as well as some spices and pine branches. If you want to know how to create the paper gingerbread, please watch my previous video. And if you're interested on how to put the spices together, I was showing it in the day 6 tutorial. So I'm starting by adhering some pine branches. I have applied some liquid glue only in the center of the twigs, and I'm sticking them down. Before sticking down the gingerbread, I would like to do one more thing. Actually, this idea was given to me by one of my commenters. I'm going to rub the paper with a mixture of cinnamon and gingerbread, and this way they are also going to smell like real gingerbread, not only to look like one. Of course, if someone decides to eat it, the responsibility will be all mine. So now I'm using the hot glue to stick down the orange slices as well as the gingerbread, plus I'm going to use the apple slice as well. When I'm finished with the cluster, I'm going to use some Nuvo drops to add the finishing touches. I'm using the same color drops that I used for decorating the gingerbread. They are dark walnut and sugared almond. Then I will have to let them dry completely for about a couple of hours. So this is how I decorated the Woodgrain box, and now I will also add some decorations to the window box. This is my Spellbinders, my magnetic handy mat, and it has the cutting mat on one side and the piercing mat on the other. So I'm using the grid to find the center of the box, and then I'm piercing right through the window. And I'm also going to use that Snowflake, which is also the part of the box set. I've die cut it out of gold mirror cardstock, and now I'm going to use a large brad to attach the snowflake right onto the window. I don't need any adhesive to do that. Then I also decided to attach some jewels all around the circle frame. So I'm putting some dots of liquid glue. I'm using Ranger Multimedia Matte in a precision applicator bottle here. And then I'm attaching the jewels. Those one are by Cat Scrappiness. I'm using the large jewels kind of at the end of each arm of the snowflake. And then I'm attaching the smaller size one in between the large ones. So this is what the box with the window looks like. But that is not all. I would like to show you even more options on how you can decorate this type of boxes. So I have created another plain box out of patterned paper, but before attaching the final circle on top, I'm planning to decorate it using the dies from the box die set. I've die cut the 3 same size circles out of white cardstock and created one ring with the dark brown paper. You see those snowbanks here inside the diorama? Now I'm going to use the same snowbank dies to decorate the top of the box. I'm placing the edge of the circle inside the die so that only the tabs stick out. Then I can tape it down to secure it in place, and then I'm sending it through the die cutting machine. I'm also going to keep the top part of that die cut. I'm going to repeat this process on the remaining 2 circles using the other 2 snowbank dies, and this is the result that I have at the moment. I can actually use only the snowbanks like that, but for this project I'm also going to use the tops to create the frame. I'm using the scissors to cut out the frame out of that top piece, and it should be roughly just a bit thinner than the brown die cut frame. I did that to all 3 circles, and then I'm starting attaching them to the lid of my box. I'm attaching the snowbank first and then adding the frame. You can also add the foam tape in between the layers, but I think since there are so many of those layers, they already create enough dimension. So I'm finishing off by attaching the round ring up at the very top. Next I'm going to use Ground Espresso Distress Marker, which is the darkest brown in that line, to color all the edges, since I don't want any of that white to show through. I like that all the edges look very neat, nothing is sticking out, they are all quite uniform. And now I only have to add something inside my diorama to finish off the landscape. So I have decided to use a couple of houses from the village die set. I have attached a piece of yellow paper behind the brown die cut to light up the windows, and then I'm going to use the white die cut to kind of create some snow on the roof. I'm also adding the white door, and then I'm attaching both houses right onto the lid of my box. As a finishing touch, I'm going to add some snowflake-shaped sequins. Again, I'm using Ranger Multimedia Matte and my Crystal Katana pickup tool. All there is left to do now is to attach my little landscape frame onto the box. I think this box can also work great as a masculine gift. I would also like to demonstrate that the simple packaging is also going to look great with those boxes. Here I simply added one snowflake die cut and tie up the ribbon. And here I used some twine, added the tag and some pine branch die cuts. So let's have a look at all the boxes that we have created today. These boxes would be great as favor boxes as well, and they are easy enough to mass produce. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon for the project number 10. Have a beautiful day.